The history of the life of a 13-year-old girl who terrified the Emperor Diocletian. Imagine a 13-year-old girl standing completely alone in the palace of the most powerful empire on earth. Before her sat the Roman emperor himself, a man who believed his word was law and his power absolute. This is not the story of a warrior who conquered with a sword. It is the story of a child whose faith and empire could not break. Her name was Philomena, a young Greek princess whose name means daughter of light, and that light was about to confront the darkness of imperial Rome. According to ancient Christian tradition, Philomena's parents ruled a small Greek kingdom that found itself under the shadow of Rome. Desperate to save their people from destruction, they traveled to the court of Emperor Diocletian, hoping to secure peace. But the emperor wanted more than an alliance. Captivated by the young princess's beauty, Diocletian offered her everything the world could promise. He would spare her parents. He would protect their kingdom. He would place the imperial crown upon her head and make her empress of Rome. She had only one condition to accept. She must abandon the vow of purity she had made to Christ and become the emperor's wife. Imagine the weight of that moment. A frightened 13-year-old stood between the survival of her family and her fidelity to God. Her parents pleaded with tears in their eyes. An entire kingdom seemed to rest upon a single answer. Most people would have surrendered. Philomena did not. Looking into the eyes of the most feared ruler in the world, she quietly refused. Her answer shattered the emperor's pride. According to the traditional account of her martyrdom, Diocletian ordered her thrown into a dark prison. For 37 long days, she remained chained to a stone wall, surrounded by cold silence and despair. He believed isolation would accomplish what threats could not. Yet tradition tells us that, in the darkness of her prison, the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared to strengthen her, assuring her that she would not face her suffering alone. When imprisonment failed, the torture began. She was publicly scourged with iron-tipped whips until her body was covered in wounds. Certain she would die, her executioners threw her back into the prison. But the next morning, according to tradition, she was found completely healed. The emperor's fury only grew. Next, a heavy anchor was fastened around her neck, and she was cast into the waters of the Tiber River. The crowd expected the river to become her grave. Instead, the ancient account says, the ropes broke, and angels carried her safely to the shore. Fear began to spread among those watching. This no longer looked like the execution of a helpless girl. It looked like a battle between earthly power and divine protection. Determined to end it, Diocletian ordered his archers to fire. Tradition recounts that the arrows failed to kill her. Some accounts even claim they turned back upon the soldiers who had released them, leaving the crowd stand. The emperor had one final command. On a Friday afternoon, at about the 9th hour, the very hour Christians remembered the death of Christ, the executioner's sword ended Philomena's earthly life. Her enemies had taken her life because they could not conquer her faith. Then came 15 centuries of silence. The world forgot her name. Hidden beneath the Roman catacombs, the young martyr rested unnoticed until 1802, when workers uncovered a sealed tomb marked with symbols, including an anchor, arrows, and a lily, images long associated with her traditional story. Soon after the discovery, reports of remarkable favors and unexplained healings spread rapidly across Europe. Devotion to the young martyr grew with astonishing speed, and Saint Philomena came to be known by countless believers as the wonder worker, whether remembered as a forgotten child, a fearless virgin martyr, or a powerful intercessor. Her story continues to remind Christians that true courage is not measured by strength, age, or power, but by unwavering faith. O Lord, who didst give Saint Philomena the courage to remain faithful, even before the throne of an empire, grant us the grace to stand firm against every temptation and every fear of this mortal world. Saint Philomena, daughter of light, faithful virgin, and wonder worker, pray for us.